I'm going to give you 2 principles of financial freedom today that will help you have more peace in your heart and more peace in your home. And these are very practical, biblical principles that will make a big difference. The first one is only spend money wisely. Proverbs 21:20 says, "Precious treasure and oil are in the dwelling of the wise, but a foolish man consumes them." He uses money impulsively. He uses it up. He's not spending it wisely. You're going to get in big trouble if you're not wise in how you spend your money. When Kathy and I first got married, we put 3 rules into our spending. First, before we spent more than $10, you had to discuss it with the other person. This reduced conflict, put us on the same page, and it helped us make sure it was a wise purchase. Second, to delay if possible. A lot of times we get in trouble because we're impulsive. We buy something because it feels good at the moment. We think it's a good idea at the moment. Some people are emotional spenders. They're hurting emotionally, so they feel like spending money is going to help them feel better. And it will, temporarily, and then it's going to make them feel a lot worse because it's poor decision making. Third, decide on the purchase carefully. The bigger the purchase, delay it, think about it, be careful in doing it. Ask these questions. Do we really need this? Can we get by without it? Second, is it a good price? Are there better prices elsewhere? Have we shopped somewhere else? Can we find a better price? Is it going to put us in negative debt? Is it an appreciating item or a depreciating item? And is it going to help us? There are some things we never bought, especially when our kids were little, because we didn't want anything in our home that might hurt them. We only wanted things that were going to help them, develop them, help them get closer to God. So there are a lot of things we didn't have that other people had because it wasn't going to help us. The second principle, very important, is to be content. Be content with what you have. I love Proverbs 15, verse 16. It says, "Better is a little with the fear of the Lord than great treasure with turmoil." It's better to have a few things and have God fully blessing your life than to have a lot of things with turmoil. Better a meal of vegetables where there's love than a fatted calf with hatred. Be content with what you have, especially in your home. A lot of times we think money is the answer. Money is not the answer. Money is just a tool. It's a means to an end. The end is to live skillfully, to live in a way that honors God. Paul told Timothy these things. He says, "Godliness with contentment is great gain. For we brought nothing into the world, and we can take nothing out. But if we have food and clothing, we will be content with these." But those who want to be rich, you've got this big desire to have more, fall into a temptation, a trap. Many foolish and harmful desires plunge people into ruin, destruction, and financial bondage. For the love of money is a root of all kinds of evil. By craving it, some have wandered away from the faith and have pierced themselves with many pains. Be content. You got food, you got clothes, you've got a blessed life. And God wants to bless you more, but your heart needs to be, God needs to be what you desire. His kingdom is what you want to see grow. Have an understanding that you need to be content with what you have. Money is just a tool to honor God. It is not a God. It is not a good God. It is not anything like the true God. Worship Him. Financial peace comes from spending wisely and being content.